Good morning students, welcome to Royal Palace College online classes. So in the previous class, we are discussing some basic principles of organic chemistry, okay, of this first PUC CET or NEET syllabus. Right now we will continue with the next part of the questions. There we have discussed about nomenclature and also about some types of the organic compounds. Presently we will see the next part of this lesson, next questions. That is, first question is, the number of pi bonds in naphthalene is. Now, single benzene ring, only one benzene ring is, as you know, it is benzene. If two benzene rings are fused together along one side with alternative double bonds, then this is called as naphthalene. This is called as naphthalene. Similarly, if three benzene rings are attached together or fused together side by side with alternative double bonds, then it is called anthracene. Okay, so basically you need to remember this compound. Single benzene ring is benzene, normal benzene. Two benzene rings fused together, naphthalene. Three rings, anthracene, and so on. Now our question is, the number of pi bonds in naphthalene is. So number of pi bonds they want. Here you see, inside one ring there are 3 pi bonds. Okay. Now this is one pi bond, alternative one gap sigma bond, again one pi bond, again sigma pi. That means 1, 2, 3. 3 bonds in one ring and 2 pi bonds in the other adjacent ring. So totally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 pi bonds are present in naphthalene. So answer is 5. Option B. 5. Next question. The IUPAC name of CH3O C2H5 is. CH3O C2H5. This is similar to ROR. ROR is which compound? It is ether. Functional group is ether, oxygen. So, according to IUPAC, any one R group, that is especially smaller R group. Let us assume this is smaller R group, this is bigger R group. IUPAC name is given as alkoxy alkanes for ethers. Alkoxy alkanes for ethers. And whichever smaller group is there, the smaller group is called alkoxy. The bigger group is named as parent, that is alkane. Okay. So now let us compare the same thing with this given compound. This is methyl group, this is ethyl group. Methyl is a smaller group, ethyl is a bigger group, 1 carbon, 2 carbons. So alkoxy will be methyl group, alkane should be ethyl group. So what should be the name of this compound? Methoxy, because it is methyl, methoxy. And this is 2 carbon compound, ethyl is the IUPAC name of this compound, methoxyethyl. So where is that? Option C, methoxyethyl. Always smaller alkyl group is called alkoxy. Bigger alkyl group attached to the oxygen is called alkane, according to IUPAC nomenclature of ethers. Smaller group alkoxy, bigger group alkane. Alkoxy alkanes is the name of ether. Okay. Next, the IUPAC name of the compound. Here the compound is C2H5 taken 4C. This compound IUPAC name they want. So let us write this compound elaboratedly. C2H5 means ethyl. Ethyl group can be written as CH3CH2 also. So I write this compound clearly, elaborated structure. First one carbon is there. To this carbon 4 ethyl groups are attached. Okay. So centrally one carbon I am taking this carbon. On that 4 ethyl groups attached. 4 ethyl groups attached. One ethyl group I am writing here CH3CH2. This is one ethyl group. Similarly, CH2CH3, one more ethyl group. Similarly, CH2CH3, this is one more ethyl group. And CH2CH3, fourth ethyl group. So this carbon surrounded by 4 ethyl groups. And we need to write a IUPAC name of such compound. Now, whether you count this compound from top to bottom or right to left, whatever it is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons only. Either you count it in belt shape also, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons. Anyhow it is, longest chain is 5 carbon compound. Let's take this one, longest chain or parent chain is this one. And now these two becomes substituent groups. Substituent groups are present at exactly same location. So no need of even giving list some rule also. So you can count from left to right or right to left. Number will be same. So let me take here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons. And at which location these 2 ethyl groups are present? They are present at location 3. So what should be the IUPAC name of such compound? At third position 2 ethyl groups are there. Means 3, 3. 2 means di and same groups, no? So ethyl, diethyl. So the name of the compound must be 3, 3, because at third position 2 times. So 2 times you should write 3. Diethyl. Parent chain pentane. Diethyl pentane is the answer, IUPAC name. Okay. So where is that? Option B, 3, 3 diethyl pentane. Next question. How many primary carbons present in 2,2,4 trimethyl pentane? First, the name of the compound is given 2, 2, 4 First write parent chain, pentane, 5 carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 carbons, pentane. 2 to 4. You can number from any side because you are going to write the structure. So let me write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 to 4 trimethyl, 3 methyl groups. At which location? At second position 2 methyls. At fourth position only 1 methyl. So let me write like this: CH3, CH3. Here one more CH3. Then remaining hydrogens. Here how many valencies left? 3 valencies. CH3. Here all the 4 valencies completed. Here 2 completed means 2 more, CH2. Here 3 valencies completed means only 1 H. Here only 1 valency, so remaining is 3 hydrogens. 3 hydrogens. Now the question asks how many primary carbons are there? What is the meaning of primary carbon? The carbon that is attached to only one more carbon atom. If I look at this carbon is attached to only one carbon. So this is primary. This carbon also attached to only one more carbon. So this is also primary carbon. This carbon is attached to one more carbon. So it is also primary carbon. But this carbon is surrounded by 4 carbons. If it is surrounded by 4 carbons, then it should be quaternary carbon. This carbon is attached to adjacent 2 carbons, means it is a secondary carbon. This carbon attached to 1, 2, 3 carbons, so it is a tertiary carbon. This carbon attached to only one carbon, so this is primary. And this carbon also attached to only one carbon, so this is also primary. So how many primaries are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 primary carbons are there. And 1 secondary carbon, 1 tertiary carbon, 1 quaternary carbon is there in the given structure. So answer is 5. That is option D, 5 primary carbons. Next question is IUPAC name of CH3, CH2, COO, CH3 is CH3, CH2, C double bond O, CH3. IUPAC name of this compound is. Now this compound looks like RCOOR. RCOOR. Generally, this type of compounds are called as it is methoxy, or generally it is called alkanoids. Alkyl alkanoids, these are called as. Alkanoid, why we are calling means it is similar to carboxylic acid. In carboxylic acids we call carboxylate ion, means COO minus ion. So if I remove here one methyl group, it will become CH3, CH2, COO minus, means it is looking like carboxylate ion. So alkanoid, this ion is called alkanoid, carboxylate ion, and alkyl group is attached to this particular compound. So this type of compound is called alkyl alkanoid. You remember the alkyl group that is attached to C double bond O should be called as alkanoid. This type of group is called ester. RCOOR. Ester. So what is the IUPAC name for esters? Alkyl alkanoids. Alkyl means the carbon that is attached to the oxygen. Alkanoid means the carbons, the chain that is attached to the C double bond O is alkanoid. So now 1, 2, 3, it is 3 carbons this side, and here only one means methyl. Here alkyl group is methyl. And what is the chain here? Alkanoid chain 1, 2, 3, 3 carbon chain. 3 carbon chain means propanoate. Okay? From propanoic acid, one H you remove, it is propanoate ion. Okay? Like that. Methyl propanoate is the answer. Methyl propanoate. So see this. Methoxypropanol, methoxypropanol, methyl propanoate, methoxyethyl ketone. Which is the correct answer? Actually, this is belong to ester. Ester means alkyl alkanoid should be the IUPAC name. And which is alkyl? Oxygen attached group is alkyl. CO attached group totally should be called alkanoid. So the answer is methyl propanoate. This is methyl group. This is 3 carbon carboxylic acid. Propanoate. Okay. Next, IUPAC name of this bond line formula. Okay. This is the bond line formula given to us, and they want the IUPAC name of this one. Okay. So if any group that is containing RCOCl, okay, here this completely you should consider R. This is CO, this is Cl. Every time it need not be Cl, it can be X. Basically, this type of compounds are called acid halides or acyl halides. RCOX are called commonly acid halides or acyl halides, another name of such type of compounds. So this is R group, you assume. This is CO group, this is X group. X means any halogen, not only chlorine, it can be bromine, iodine, anything. So if chlorine is there, it is acid chloride or acyl chloride. Okay. Similarly, if bromine is there, acid bromide, acyl bromide, common names. But IUPAC name of such compounds is alkanoyl halides. Okay. Alkanoyl halides is the IUPAC name of such compound. Now, alkanoyl means this R group. Okay. Now let us see the numbering of this compound. If you number from this major functional group is acid halide group. So number from this carbon you should number 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is 4 carbons chain compound. Okay, it is straight chain is 4 carbon. If you take like this 1, 2, 3 carbons only. If you take like this 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons. So let me take like this 4 carbons, it will be straight chain. Now at second position and third position, here one methyl group and here one methyl group is present. Second position one line means methyl group. Third position one line means one more methyl group. So 2 and 3, 2 times methyl group is present. So what should be the name? 2 comma 3, 2 comma 3 dimethyl. 2 comma 3 dimethyl substituents. Alkanoyl halide. Halide is chloride. No problem. Then what is alkanoyl? What is the chain length? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 member chain means butanoyl it is called. Butanoyl chloride. So butanoyl, okay, alkanoyl, like that it is alkanoyl means butanoyl chloride. The IUPAC name of this compound is butanoyl chloride. Okay. So 2 comma 3 dimethyl, where is the option? 2 comma 3 dimethyl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Up to here 4. Here it is 5th carbon, last carbon. So that means it will be pentanoyl. Pentanoyl. Why? Because numbering should be here 1 first carbon, second carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon, and this also terminal, fifth carbon. So 5 carbons means pentanoyl. Okay. So the answer is 2 comma 3, 2 comma 3 dimethyl pentanoyl chloride. That is the name of this bond line compound. Next one is, which of the following species has electron releasing or plus I effect? Now what is plus I effect means generally you should know about inductive effect. Inductive effect. Now what is inductive effect means, if on carbon chain, if there is any group attached, any group is attached to carbon chain, okay, due to the presence of that group, there will be shifting or this polarization of sigma electrons takes place. Movement or polarization of the sigma bond, sigma electrons takes place due to the presence of any group on the carbon chain. Then that type of effect is called inductive effect. Okay. This can be two types: plus I effect and minus I effect. What is plus I effect means, if the group present here, is electron releasing group or less electronegative group, if less electronegative group or electron releasing group is present on the carbon chain, then that type of effect is called plus I effect. Movement of the sigma electrons away from the group. Movement of the sigma electrons away from the group means this group is giving the electrons to the carbon chain. That type of effect is called plus I effect. Okay? Electrons are moving away from the group. So what this group is doing? It is giving the electrons to the carbon chain. That type of effect is called plus I effect. Similarly, if on the carbon chain any more electronegative group is attached, then it is also called electron withdrawing group. So sigma electrons are pulled towards the group. Sigma electrons are pulled towards polarization of the sigma electrons towards the group is minus I effect. Because here electronegativity of group is more, so electrons are pulled towards the group. So if sigma electrons are pulled towards the group, minus I effect. If they are moving away from the group, plus I effect. Now, under this plus I effect, examples are all alkyl groups. All alkyl groups. Examples. So let us see here. First one, nitro. Nitro group is electron withdrawing group. Acid group also electron withdrawing group. Phenyl it is. C6H5 is phenyl. Phenyl, or it is also called aryl, aromatic group. So aryl. It is also minus I. So this group CH3 taken twice C. It is alkyl group. CH3 taken twice means 2 times I am writing CH3. CH this one. It is called isopropyl group. Common name isopropyl. So isopropyl group is alkyl group. This is aryl. Benzene is there means phenyl or aryl. So among all the given options, only isopropyl group is alkyl group. Aliphatic. Okay? That's why plus I group is only C. Okay? Next question. Which of the following carbocations will be more stable? Now you should remember, due to hyperconjugation or inductive effect. Due to hyperconjugation or inductive effect. Inductive effect. You can explain the stability of carbocations. Hyperconjugation means shifting of sigma CH electrons. Hyperconjugation. Inductive effect means polarization of the sigma bonds. Okay, sigma electrons. If this concepts, according to these concepts, you can explain the stability of carbocation. And remember always, tertiary carbocations are more stable than secondary carbocations, than primary carbocations, than methyl cation. This is the stability of carbocations, which is explained based on hyperconjugation or inductive effect. Okay? So among given cations, which is more stable? Let me draw the structure. CH3 plus means methyl cation. Okay? Option B is ethyl cation. Ethyl CH3 CH2 plus. This is isopropyl cation CH3 CH plus. This is tertiary butyl cation CH3 taken thrice. Means tertiary butyl cation. Methyl cation, isopropyl cation, tertiary butyl cation. This is methyl. This is primary carbon cation. It is secondary carbon, secondary carbocation. It is tertiary carbocation. So which is more stable in the given options? Option D is more stable according to hyperconjugation. Okay, or inductive effect. Next question. Shape of carbonium ion is. Now what is carbonium ion? Carbonium ion means carbocation. Okay. Nium, okay, NiUm is there means it is positive charge. Carbanion, anion means negative charge. Carbonium means positive charge. So carbonium means a positive ion, that is carbocation. It is nothing but carbocation means positive charge. Carbanion, anion means carbon with negative charge. Now the question is asking shape of carbonium ion is. Now what is this meaning of shape of carbonium ion? Okay, let us take one simple example. Carbonium ion means what? Carbon with positive charge. Let us take one simple example, methane. From methane, if you remove one hydrogen, okay, then it will become what? Methyl carbonium ion. Methyl carbonium ion, nothing but methyl cation. Now what is the shape of methyl cation? They want that. Okay. Now you know that in methane there are 4 sigma bonds. What I said you, if 4 sigma bonds are there, then 4 sigma bonds are there, then hybridization is sp3. Hybridization sp3 means the shape is tetrahedral. Shape is tetrahedral. And here in methyl carbocation there are 3 hydrogens only. 3 hydrogens means 3 sigma bonds. 3 sigma bonds means what is the hybridization? sp2. 3 sigma bonds sp2 means sp2 hybridization. What is the shape? Trigonal planar. Trigonal planar geometry, sp2 hybridization. So planar, linear, pyramidal, tetrahedron. Which is correct for carbocation or carbonium ion? Trigonal planar. Here they are given only planar. So answer is planar. Planar means all the groups are present in one plane. All the hydrogens are present in one plane. That's why the molecule is planar molecule. Appropriately it should be called as trigonal planar because it will form like a triangular plane. So trigonal planar. Normally you can call it is planar molecule. Okay? So the answer is planar. So what is carbonium ion? Positive ion. Positive ion of carbon is carbonium ion. So it will be sp2 hybridized and planar geometry. Okay? Thank you for now. We will continue next class.